Welcome, Gemini, to my channel, Mending Tree Tarot. This is a general reading for you for the month of November. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone, all right? So please just take what resonates for you. Leave the rest behind. I do take pop-out, so in the interest of time, I've gone ahead and cleansed, meditated, and shuffled the cards. As I lay out what came up for you, I would just like to say, please be careful. There are scammers out there who are preying upon people who are interested in tarot and self-help. And just make sure that you're following the links directly below the people you are intending to follow on YouTube. I myself do not have social media attached to this account, so I will never personally reach out to you soliciting for personal readings and direct payment in that way. I have a link for donations if you want, but that is all, and that link is directly below. So, all right. I have chosen some Oracle cards to get a general feel. I'm using the Shaman's Dream for that. I have pulled Rider Waite in order to get more clarification there. At the end, I will pull 2 advice cards for you. But let's jump right into your reading here, Gemini. So the first card out, 11, Deep Quiet, Meditation and Stillness. So what I see here is that in the most recent past, what you've really been doing is taking that time out to really connect. And perhaps whether or not you actually have been meditating or not, even those times where you're just kind of sitting quiet, being more pensive in the moment, whatever it may be, you're receiving downloads of information, you're receiving messages, you're really connecting during that time with your higher self. This can also be times just in general during rest. So this can be while you're sleeping that you're starting to connect. And even though it may not be something that you are remembering during your waking day, it is something that you're still processing and that you are becoming aware of, even though you may not necessarily know where that's coming from. But that most recently, this has really kind of been happening where you've been receiving guidance, messages, information from your higher self. And then we have in your current moment for Caterpillar, opportunity. So with this card, I'm really getting the feeling that you've taken just a moment to take a time out. And not that you're not still seeing kind of what's going on around you, you are. You're very much aware of what's happening. And I have to say, many other signs this month have received this card in particular. There seems to be this little bit of like a pause, waiting, energy that it's calling for, where there's still transformation that's happening during this time. There's somehow like, as you step away, allowing the wheels to still turn around you and allowing for that right opportunity to like jump on it. Whatever it may be, that there will come this time where you'll realize there's time to take action. But while you're waiting for that to happen, you're still kind of recouping, nourishing yourself, nourishing your body, and really kind of now taking the time out or needing to take the time out to take care of yourself, Gemini, okay? I know you do a lot. Then we have number 27, Heart, Home, and Compassion. So this is, yes, about returning back to your heart space where you feel total love and compassion. And sometimes even though we return to that space, it's hard to always feel that 100%, right? But once you really kind of connect with that, and one thing that this card is saying is going to help you connect with that, is to also realize that you not only just need to have compassion for others, yes, but also to have compassion for yourself. Like when you're having a hard time processing something or having just a difficulty, then know that it's okay to have a hard time and to have difficulty. Things are not always going to be easy, and you know, no one is perfect. No one just flies through and just like, oh, no problem, you know, even when things are hard, right? So to have compassion for yourself, I think, is a very important part to that, but also through these difficult times when other people are having hardships in their life, they have a tendency to lash out. And especially right now, I have to say, with the astrology, there's a lot of that happening. There's a lot of lashing out that's happening right now, whether or not you are the person that's kind of like, there's a straw that broke the camel's back and you just unload, right? But also vice versa, whether or not you're the person that's doing the unloading or you're the person that's receiving the unloading, whether it's deserved or not, right? This can always be a really difficult and trying situation to be in. So kind of also, if you're the person that's on the receiving end, I'm really sorry. I think what this what's most important to really understand when that happens is that sometimes there are things that have nothing to do with you, that are going on, that you can't see what's happening with that person in this moment in time. And I'm not saying that their unleashing is justified in any way, shape, or form, right? It's not fair, or there's, so many different reasons why somebody could do that. I don't know that any of them are really justified, but it happens. And it happens to all of us. I'm not perfect. I mean, that happens here too. So to kind of understand and kind of see when you've ever done that, and maybe to kind of reference that point if you're on the receiving end, and try to have compassion for that person and kind of come from it from that position. And on the other side, if you happen to be the person who unleashes, to have compassion for yourself and know that, okay, you needed to release something. And if you need to make apologies, whatever that may be. But really kind of returning to your heart space is really important, and finding that inner love and acceptance for yourself and for others. And let's see, in your most recent past for the Rider-Waite, we have Six of Swords and we have the Page of Pentacles. So I see you have really been moving away from things that don't serve you anymore. And hopefully this means that you've been moving from rougher times into calmer times. That would be nice, right? But I think you're also choosing to move away from it. I think you've had enough of the rough seas, and you're doing whatever you can do in order to move beyond that, which sometimes makes and requires you to make active decisions to be like, I'm getting rid of this. And this can be something simple as choosing in your home what is extra that you don't need, right? And to really only have the essentials there that serve you, because those actions can have reflective qualities in your life otherwise. So I think that's an important thing to note there. With the Page of Pentacles, I also see that you're receiving some, with these new downloads, some new ideas, some fresh insight on situations, on things that you can do, on, projects and all of that. Kind of seeing things perhaps in a new light. In your now position, interesting, you have Judgment and you have Justice. So something is kind of revisiting from the past, and this can be something that you thought that you had put to bed, but for whatever reason is rearing its head and making you kind of deal with it again. But I think that what's good about this whole scenario is that I don't think that you really have to deal with it directly. Just know that a situation is revisiting. What it may be exactly the same with the same players, and it can be kind of a reborn situation, something that you've always kind of dealt with and now is coming about again with different players. But I don't think that it's going to be requiring any action from you, because I think the universe is stepping in order to create balance and to really have and deal out proper karma in the scenario, or perhaps that may not have necessarily happened before. So I think you're going to see new outcomes for old problems, which is good. And it's also going to be some of the fresh ideas that you have. You'll start to see things in a new light, and it's going to be able to have you deal with it in a completely different way than you ever have been before, which is really going to allow, like I said, a different outcome this time. In your future position, we have the Three of Wands, so you have the Death card, and you have the King of Pentacles. So with the Three of Wands, I really see, once you've had this opportunity to have some rest, that you're ready to start to make some forward movement, especially after you've kind of dealt with some past baggage, whatever that may be, good or bad. and you've really kind of dealt with that you're ready to make some forward movement, which is good because you've made and will be making a transformation. You're going to start to see things in a new and different light, which is then going to change you and change parts of yourself, and I think also change elements of your life as well. And that happens when you do clearing of what doesn't serve you anymore, right? And then we have the King of Pentacles, which is that solid standing, that abundance. And this can be actual monetary, financial abundance that you're going to start to see, that you've made these changes and you're going to start to accumulate because you've been making some different practices in how you are handling and your relationship with money. This also can just mean just general stability and confidence and wisdom in this knowing of how to keep yourself grounded, which I think is really important. And I think you're learning that in keeping yourself grounded, part of that has to do with kind of returning to, or taking that time to really listen to your heart and to really kind of see things from an outsider's perspective rather than an active player, like the heart home is kind of talking about there. Okay, so really it looks good, Gemini. I mean, you're moving away from things, you're cleaning out those things that actively making changes in your life so that you can have a better, more productive life. And you have new ideas on how to process that, how to do that. And as old issues come up, you're able to deal with them differently, which is good because it allows you to then make forward progress. So really, it's looking good here, Gemini. I'm going to pull some oracle cards now. I'm using the Earth Wisdom first, and I'll use Adoring Virtues Archangel. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Asking for one card, please. Whoa, okay. We have 4 cards. We have Communication. 5 cards. Freedom. Creativity. Clarity. And transformation. And I will get one of these. Archangel Michael, asking for 1 card for advice for Gemini for the month of November, please. Asking for 1 card of advice for the month of November. I appreciate your insight always. You see, this is why I do the pop-out shuffles ahead of time, because it can take a little bit of time. Okay, so you have for this one, keep your eyes on your targeted intention, and it's time to leave an unhealthy situation. So I am going to read from the book on these in order to give you a clearer understanding of what these cards mean. So for Communication 18, it recommends Daffodil. Is like a divine trumpet, creates connection with spirit guides, teachers, and humans, and enhances the ability to hear and speak the spirit world. Angelite promotes communication, and communication is key with other humans perhaps, but with more importantly with your spirit guides and teachers. Practice your listening and speaking skills both in this physical world and in the physical realm. There's much that you need to say and even more that you need to hear to strengthen your relationship to spirit. The quote, I am a skilled communicator. I speak with clarity and kindness. I listen attentively without prejudice or prejudgment. I ask questions and cultivate curiosity. Then we have number 6, which is freedom. They recommend Blackberry, which supports shadow work, helps face primal fears, protects, and heals. They also recommend Obsidian, which exposes flaws, weaknesses, and blockages and provides support when facing them. True freedom requires intense shadow work. Face your deepest fears. Feel your hardest, scariest, most shameful emotions. Only through recognizing and naming them can you finally deal with them and be free. Do not go alone into the shadows of your soul. Call on the dark goddess who will guide and protect you. I am ready to face my worst fear or shameful emotion. I know I am not alone and that the dark goddess will guide me toward true freedom. And then we have number 4, which is creativity. And it recommends Lady's Mantle. It enhances fertility, feminine healing, and connection to the divine feminine. Not a gender-specific reading, but we all have receptive and aggressive qualities. So carnelian promotes creativity and fertility. Creativity is not just something that is nice to have in your life. Creativity is your birthright and is also one of the most basic drives in human beings. Sadly, our culture does not value creativity and views it as an indulgent pastime. Heal your creative self by falling into the arms of the divine feminine. The quote, "I am a creative being and actively feed my creative self through the arts and through nature. I express my creative being with passion and confidence." And then we have number 17, which is clarity. It recommends peppermint, which clears the mind, encourages communication between both individuals and groups, and enhances perception, as well as fluoride, which repairs and restructures broken systems. Clarity requires removal of unnecessary thoughts combined with enhanced perception. Clear your mind of wounds and biases and open to the idea of seeing new connections and fresh ways of thinking. The result will be the ability to make what feels like genius-level decisions no matter how apparently complex the situation. The quote, "My mind is clear. Wounds, prejudices, and biases do not influence my responses or my thoughts. I'm able to perceive the world around me clearly." And lastly, for this deck, number 16, which is transformation, it recommends mullein, which brings awareness and light to consciousness and understanding of one's higher purpose, and as well as amethyst, which aids in transformation. Sometimes a change of habit is enough. Other times, only a complete transformation will do. It is time to gain a fuller understanding of your soul's purpose, and that will require transformation, a rearranging of your worldview and practices that bring your actions in line with your ideals. Reach for and embrace your highest vision of yourself. Quote, "I seek transformation, I have a higher vision for myself, and move forward, step by step. I release my old self and embrace who I am becoming." And for Archangel Michael, we have keep your eye on the targeted intention. Archangel Michael has been guiding you along the path of your life's purpose. Can you feel the rush of excitement whenever you think about your desired occupation and activities? This is a signal that you're on the right path, and this card reminds you to keep a steady eye on your goals. Continually visualize that you already have the career or volunteer work of your dreams. See yourself helping people or issues that are dear to your heart. Imagine that you have complete financial security while you devote yourself to this important work. Any desire you have is viable as long as you stay focused upon it. The path to making your intentions a reality may differ from your expectations, yet the outcome is likely to exceed your dreams. Know that the angels walk beside you through your journey. Keep the faith and keep going. Other possible meanings can be: make a dream board using construction paper, create a collage with cutout photos and phrases from magazines that reflect your dreams, and affirm daily that your dreams are already reality. The prayer: thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me focus on my inner vision and intention. I ask for your guidance in releasing any fears or doubts, granting me the confidence and courage to take action toward realizing my dreams. And it's finally time to leave this unhealthy situation. Archangel Michael has heard your pleas for help, and his answer comes to you through this card. Leave. You've been enduring a toxic situation far too long, investing time and energy that isn't yielding healthful results. This experience isn't beneficial for you or the other people involved. You don't need to remain in negativity, beloved one. Walk away without guilt or hesitation. The angels will assist you to ensure that the parting is as harmonious as possible, and Archangel Michael will shield and protect you. Follow your inner guidance every step of the way, and the transition will be smooth. Other meanings can be: apply for a new job, detoxify from alcohol, cigarettes, or other drugs, see a relationship counselor, speak honestly to someone with whom you're having difficulties, eat a more healthful diet, get a second medical opinion, consult a divorce attorney, move to a new home, make sure that your environment is free of chemicals and toxins. The prayer: Archangel Michael, What parts of my life do I need to focus on more closely right now? Thank you for helping me hear your answers and for giving me the courage to make healthy changes in my life. All right, Gemini. I am going to leave it there for you. That was quite the reading. I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I am truly grateful. And for more clarification, please check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. If you like what I do, please like and subscribe. It helps others to find the channel and it lets me know that it resonates with you. And down below, you should find a link for tips and donations if you choose to support the channel that way. It is not expected, but it is genuinely appreciated if you decide to. Thank you so much, Gemini, and I will see you next time.